Hi, good afternoon, Gary. On the back of a 1-0 defeat at the weekend against Blackburn, you must be looking forward to getting back in action and trying to go on another run again, especially with such a kind of an important run of games, especially so close together over the festive period.
Yeah, you can pick up points very, very quickly, but you can also lose points pretty quickly. And we were pleased with our 4 games without defeat, but we were disappointed Saturday because we didn't start in the first half. We did much better in the second half and showed that we can put a very good team on the back foot as long as we're on the front foot. And when we're not on the front foot, then we have to defend very well. Now generally we do all right with that, but you do leave yourself open to good players getting opportunities. And I know they got their goal in the second half when we was playing our better game, but we certainly kept them down to 2 or 3 chances, whereas the first half I thought they had a little bit more play than we had. But we do come out in the second half and we can prove that we, against these teams, we can cause them a problem, and we did that.
Well, going forward, you certainly had the opportunities. You hit the bar and you also hit the post as well. Yeah. So that's something to take into the next game against Bournemouth, that you did have the chances and there will be opportunities to come.
Yeah, we had 2 or 3 penalty decisions turned down as well. Normally, if they were all 50-50 or even 60-40 against you, some refs think, well, actually that's an accumulation of, I wonder whether it was or not. We know from looking at the DVD and the and talking to Ishmael that one of them was definitely a penalty. And so we're disappointed with that because it would have been much better to have picked up a point against them than no points. But we're still in it. Bournemouth are one of them teams that are sort of yo-yoing a little bit between the top half and bottom half of the table. And we don't generally do very well down there, and we got to make sure that we pick it up and be the exception to the rule when we go down there and get that win.
Well, Championship is showing this season that anyone can beat anyone on any day.
Yeah, well that's true, but the Championship also shows that if you don't turn up, the opposition can beat you, any one of them, including us. We beat Forest and we went and beat Mill down there, and we beat Watford down there. So we were that team that on its day can beat anyone else, and that's true. Barnsley got a good result against Leeds at Leeds, and we know how difficult it is there. So you've got to hang on in there, and you've got to be picking up the points as you go along, but you've got to be getting your own game right, and players have got to become, especially our players, more consistent. We know they can play, and we know they've as a team we got a team spirit and everything, but individual quality has to come out at this level to go and win football matches.
Byron Webster went off with an injury. I think after the game he said it was a hamstring. Is there any news in that one?
Yeah, it's a hamstring. He's going to go for a bigger scan today, the MRI scan, so we know exactly what grade it is, and that gives us the length of time that it will take to get him back. But he certainly won't be available for this next game on Thursday. So we'll have to wait and see how he is for the New Year's Day game.
Does that give Liam Fontaine a chance to try and come back into the side?
Yeah, it might do, without picking my team, as it were, this early. But certainly he's been waiting patiently. Luke Ayling, who went into the centre back position, disappointedly got his 5th yellow card, so we won't be with him either. But Shane Duffy's still a big stalwart back there, and we just got to pick the right player to play alongside him.
And also going into this busy period, 4 games, and I think it's 12 days. Is this going to be stretching your squad to its limits?
Well, when the season started, it was stretching our squad to its limits. It's always going to do that. But while we got players that can come in, it'd be disrespectful if you say, well, we're weaker today, or that sort of thing, because we have got a squad of players. They are all pros on differing salaries, as it were, but they've got to come in and do a job, and they've got to see their manager having faith in them to come and do the job over this Christmas period. And we'll have to wait and see where we are. Not many other teams are picking up too many points around us, so another couple of wins on the trot would be very nice. But we got they're all difficult games, but we got, you know, 2 difficult away games, and you know, looking out there at the weather and all that, it's you know, if any of this wind and rain is still around, it's going to be a bit of a lottery.
Well, I was just going to say, the wind is howling, the rain is lashing down. Is this affecting your preparations and training ahead of the game?
Well, it does, because it's all a bit false unless you get that weather, all, you know, at the game, at the Bournemouth game or the Huddersfield game. So no, but we've trained. You know, we've done a bit of training, and we've tried to keep them so that it's a fine balance with all these games, as to keep them fit and raring to go, and taking their legs away from them. You know, we can't do that. So we have to gauge it a little bit, and so it was short and sharp this morning, but with a little bit of method in it.
The fixture computer wasn't very nice to you, was it, giving you 2 away games such a short space of time, so far apart? How is that going to affect the players within, you know, fatigue and tiredness? Or are you giving them plenty of time to relax around Christmas as well?
Well, that's what we're trying to do. You try and give them a programme that makes them go into every game feeling as best they can. Sometimes that needs a change of personnel to freshen it up a little bit, and unless you've won the last cup, or in which case normally you try not to change the team. So it's all a little bit guesswork anyway. Managers have to guess. Everybody can pick the team in hindsight, that's easy, we can all do that, but you know, we have to pick the team for 2 difficult games at Bournemouth and at Huddersfield, and try not to have any negatives about 2 away games going up to Huddersfield, you know, just after Christmas, all that sort of thing. You know, we got to go into every game with the thoughts that we're happy, and we got to go and play our game and try and win it.
I don't know how much you believe stats, but in the last 2 rounds of Championship fixtures, there's been 24 games in total. 12 of them were wins to the away side, and only 3 home wins. So does that set the onus good on you?
Well, I hope so, but you don't want to be one of them 3 and become 4, do you, or whatever it is. You know, the smaller figure. You want to be part of that bigger figure. But yeah, there might be something in it, of course, and you know, most managers prepare for away games as best they can, as they do for home games. But no, interesting one. We'll have a look at that, and I'll have that in mind just when we kick off up at Bournemouth.
And just looking forward to Christmas, just a couple of days away now. Do you spend Christmas with the family on Christmas Day, or will you be travelling to the game?
Well, this weather, there won't be too much travelling backwards and forwards for anybody, to be honest, and even the lads that live away, you know, they won't be able to go home for Christmas because of the Boxing Day. So I'm Bristol, so as long as the roads are not closed, it's only an hour up the road to get home and back. So I'll be spending some of the time at home for Christmas, but you know, the wife's got two people in her life now, me and her son, and we're both managers, so she might be spending a bit of time on her own.
She's a bit of a football widow.
Yeah, she is, yeah, this Christmas.
Okay, Gary, thank you very much, and best of luck over the festive period.
No problem, thank you.